Hey YouTube, 219 Jello here, doing a little do-it-yourself project today. Go ahead and subscribe to my page, like my video, if you think this helps you in any kind of way. So, underground downspouts. Never done it before. Watch some videos on YouTube, of course. The French Drain Man seems to be the guy that knows what he's talking about the most. Got a lot of experience, so I'm going to go ahead and follow his lead. So, thanks, French Drain Man. Good info out there. So this is kind of like what he does. I already buried it, but I just hand dug my trench right here and used my adapter, 2" by 3" to a 4" corrugated pipe, single wall. And very important to push that thing up against your foundation, and it may go ahead and kink a little bit or get a little sideways on you, and that's okay. Because like this, it's being new construction, it's going to settle, and that's going to pull it down a little bit, and it's going to straighten out. If you don't do that, you may pull out of that joint right there. So these are the adapters I used, and I don't know about these gaps here, if that's a big deal or not. If anything, it's going to be a little bit of a vent, maybe, I don't know. I opted not to put the flush outs on mine or the vents. I just don't really think it's going to be necessary here, but we'll see. So anyways, I went ahead and trenched it with my tractor. You can do it in any means you have. I'm lucky I got sandy soil. Yeah, very easy. Just use my bucket, back drug it, went in there with a shovel and kind of just smoothed it up where a pipe's going to lay. And I put my level, just a 3-foot level on there, and just continue drop. Any kind of drop, you know, they say about 1/4 inch per 10 foot, which seems like nothing, but mine's more like anywhere from 1 inch to a 1/2 inch per 3 foot on that level. So I just kind of put that level on there, starting from there, work my way down in 3-foot increments, and make sure I have a downhill trend. You know, you may have a slight rise, but as long as the bubble stays downhill, you'll be okay. So here's what I do on this side. I don't know, I just kind of like this idea, especially if you have sandy soil. So I come from the house, come all the way down to here, and I put a T in, just a 4" T. Use a tile taper up, and I just dig a hole. You probably can't see it, it's so sunny out, but it's about 1.5 foot deep, and I'm going to put pea gravel in there. I'm going to put this thing back in the ground. After I pour the pea gravel in, put it back in there and finish the top off with pea gravel, and then I'll put my riser here to ground level, which I'm actually going a few inches taller because we don't have my yard finished yet, so I make mine a little tall, like that one over there. So that one's a little tall, and I'll lop it off later. So that's what we're going to do here. And I'll get back when I fill this in and finish this up, and you'll see what I mean. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do on the drain end. I basically just dug me, I don't know, about a 1-foot hole. My trench is pretty deep, so then I'll put that T down in that gravel, and the top of the T will be the discharge tube I got to cut, put the cap on. So I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, pea gravel's in the hole, about flush. I got my T tile taped on. And I just kind of push her down in there. Then I'll go ahead and put the rest of the gravel around there to hold her. Then next step, you'll see I'm going to run a string about where the grate is on both sides over the top and measure, so I know how high to cut my tube. I'm going to cut them a little bit long and fine tune them after I get the backfill in this area finished off. Alright, pour the gravel around it, filled in a little bit just to the bottom, and that should be good. I'm going to go ahead and start get my line set up here and find my finished grade. So here's what I got so far. up to there. Got her packed in, nice and tight against the foundation. It'll straighten up as the ground settles. Then I got a nice drop all the way down. Mine drops a lot more than you need, but it's just what the ground does here. So the more the merrier. All right, I'll start burying this thing and finish off that discharge. All right, I got my line level. Okay, I know this side. I'll get out and show you. This is just my particular circumstances here. That's my septic field, and it's sloping this way a little bit because it's kind of mounded slightly, and I'm going to taper it to that stake, and I'm probably going to taper it to this stake a little bit. So my finished grade is going to be a little bit below the string on this side, because it's pretty much finished grade there. It's going to be maybe an inch or two above the ground there, and then it's going to slope that way. So I got the line level. I'm just kind of doing a little visualizing. I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that pipe there. I'm going to measure from the pipe seat and the T there up to the top of the string, maybe add an inch, and I'm going to cut that material, and that'll establish my height. Hopefully I'm too high, which I should be. I should be an inch or two too high when it's finished, and I can always trim it off later. My main goal here is to make it high enough, but not obnoxiously high. So just a little something I'm doing different. All right, there's the discharge. It should end up a little above grade. Grade's gonna be a little higher than what you see there. Maybe an inch. Lop it off later. That's my run. Let's get some dirt on it. Well, there it is, all buried. Looking pretty good. Finished grade's gonna be just below this. I go ahead and level them just for fun. Pretty good that way. It'll move around, so it doesn't really matter much, but pretty good that way. That's it. Got her all graded real nice. Gonna bring some black dirt in here to finish the yard. Just a little scratch coat. But there it is. Remember, a little bit of bow in there is okay because it's gonna settle. It's gonna straighten. Very important. Down to there. Next one is back here. And here's what I'm gonna do. Dig my hole, start it. And I'm gonna go down this way. I got it kind of marked. Stay away from the fence a little bit so I don't disturb them poles. I'm gonna turn slightly and end right there, right at the corner. So when I mow, I can mow that way and go right over the top of it. The wheel shouldn't hit it, whether I'm mowing that way or whether I'm mowing this way. The wheel will miss it, and that's the key. So there it is. Here's the next one on the back of the house. Same procedure. Push it up against the foundation. Gonna be a little bit kinked. Gonna straighten when it settles. This is a pretty good slope downhill. That was a real quick trench. I'm doing something a little different too on this one. I'm going to go ahead and I hand packed dirt on the sides, so when I do backfill it, it stays put. It shifts around a little bit if you don't do that. So that's pretty good. You got downhill slope the whole way, quite a bit. Got my hole dug for the pea gravel drain, and then my discharge will be right there. Got my grate established on both sides. I'll do the same thing with the level to establish my discharge tube height. Go a couple inches above and I'll be good. backfill this guy. 2 down for the day. Alright, down to the last one. That was the least fun out of the bunch. I don't have a whole lot of drop from halfway up the driveway to down here. It's kind of level. Good drop from the house to about halfway, then I had to dig it all out by hand to sink that pipe down a little deeper. So that's about where it's going to be. This one is close to our mailbox and our driveway. Not that close, but it's kind of how we're going to do it. And it's kind of wet here anyways. I mean, it's sand, so it goes away fast, but when the snow melts or it rains a lot, it kind of sits around here. There's not a whole lot of drop across the driveway. It's just kind of level. So I'm going to do like a generic little pea gravel bed here like I've been doing, but I'm going all the way to the top of the ground with it. Probably about a 2-foot circle of just pea gravel all the way to the top. Might help it drain a little bit into the ground instead of pulling up here, but we'll see. Better than nothing. So last one. Here's the end results. That one comes this way. Y's into this one. And they both go out over there. Here's the second one I did. Actually, the first one in this video. I didn't show the last one I just showed you on video. That one turned out real nice. This one graded out pretty sweet. There's the last one. Got my electrical I ran through there also. Put my lights up. That might be a future video. So this one goes under the sidewalk, so I had to dig under there. Just trench it out and dig a hole. No big deal. I got the electrical going up the wall here. Gotta tap into the inside of my garage for that power. Well, there you have it. That's my take on how to put buried downspouts in. Definitely not a pro at it. I probably made some mistakes. That's okay. Hey, I tried. What can I say? So anyways, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Support me a little bit here, and I'll have some more content. I gotta hang gutters on this thing, this pole barn. We gotta plant the yard still. Bring some dirt in. Got a lot of stuff to do. So thanks for watching. Look up for me later, and maybe I'll have some more helpful stuff coming up soon.